Frontline for Climate Action is a youth-centered climate change organization that is into the business of combating climate change and promoting sustainable practices in Ghana, Africa, and around the world. We have in our midst our project lead in the person of Mr. Solomon Jana. He's an honorable man. Give it up to him. Again, we have with us here our most revered executive director in the name of Mr. Cedric Jelu. He is a global climate change ambassador and consultant with extensive experience in 37 countries across Africa and around the world. Give it up to him.
We are here, my friends, to speak about climate change. Climate change. And like Sir said, climate change is something that concerns you. And so it's important to talk to you about climate change so that you know how climate change is connected to you, your education, your school, and even thereafter, when you finish school, how it will impact your life. So those of you who are doing vocational, in terms of catering, those of you who are sewing, those of you who are doing carpentry, you know how all of this is. Experience rainy season. June, right? And what? And July. Good. Now, we are experiencing rainy season even in January. Is it not so? We are experiencing it in December, in October, in September. Is it not so? But is it good for us? It is not good for us. That is why we are here. Because it is not good for us. That is why we are here, to talk to you about it. So when we say climate, I'm explaining it to you. Okay? Now, when we say climate change, okay? Listen, this is where your teachers, can you imagine that all your teachers are here? They are all here. And the assistant is here. And most of the things that we are talking about will feature in what you are learning. Okay? And we'll make a connection between climate change and what you are studying. Now, when we say climate change, it is the change in the average weather condition of a geographical area over a prolonged period of time. Anybody here who can say this same definition, the way I've said it, 50 Ghana is for you. Please come. Okay. Now we're in the room, and for every 1 hour, the temperature increases by say 1.2. So 35, it goes up, then it goes up, then it goes up. Then by the time we finish the presentation, the temperature that is 35 will now be somewhere around 50. That is the rising temperature. So imagine this condition now. And by the time we finish, the temperature of this room is so hot that it is expressed in 50 degrees Celsius. Can you survive here? You can't. So the global warming is what is causing climate change. And what is causing global warming? It is caused as a result of human activities. Now, when you go and meet Francais, you go and meet Ningo, other place, and are speaking in simple terms, you say that human activities. And when you want to show level that you learn seriously, you are up there, you say anthropological effects. You say what? Anthropological effects. I don't know, you won't say what big. What must hear? Now, so look at anthropological effects. Then the person made the face to some way, and you know that this person doesn't understand the English, and you break it down. And you say what? Human what? Activities. Simple. No. What must hear? Good. Now, what are some of these human activities? Transportation. How we move from one place to the other. Burning of fossil fuel. You notice that there are factories, that emit carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. You see smoke coming out. Okay? Cars driving on our street. The fumes that comes out. You understand me? Farming activities. Use of energy. All of these emit what we call greenhouse gases. Greenhouse what? Gases. Give a term so. Greenhouse gases. So some of these greenhouse gases are what? The big boss is what? Carbon dioxide. The smoke that comes out. We have methane. We have chlorofluorocarbon. We have what? One big clap for yourselves. We have nitrous oxide. Now, so when these greenhouse gases are emitted, okay, through human activities like farming, transportation, heating, factories, fossil fuels, they warm the atmosphere. Just like your own room. Those of you who are at the boarding house. When I was at the boarding house, back in school, 2003, at Osuloku Sector, our boarding house dormitory, we are allowed to cook. Sometimes they cook with you, sometimes we're allowed to cook. So in that small room, if you bring the electric stove out and you're cooking the food, the whole room warms up. You understand me? So that's the same thing. If you are cooking in the kitchen and the kitchen to say, the kitchen warms up. So what do? You need to open what? The window. So that's what we call global warming. Another evidence is what? Heat waves. Now you go out and it is so hot. Very, very hot. And it's affecting you. Heat waves. So another example is what? Flooding. What? The rains that are coming, they are coming at a volume that normally this should be a 1 week or 1 month's rain, but it's coming down only in 2 hours, and then it causes flood.
I'm in Devtete, and my school is Prampram Technical Institute, which is this premises. What we've learned today, or what this program is about, is climate change. We've learned a lot today. So we had a discussion on climate change today, and my name is Kekeli Kwadam, and I'm an automobile engineering student at Prampram Technical Institute. Based on what we learned today, we had a discussion on climate change, and some of the things we learned are the causes of climate change, how it's affecting our environment and the stuff it's actually doing to us. And we were also taught on things we can do to minimize or stop climate change, or to put climate change in check. And I would like to say that there are a few things that I actually picked up from what we learned, is that the government is actually doing a lot to try and educate people on the effect of climate change and what it's causing to us about concerning the case of global warming. So I think that the government is actually doing well in trying to help us understand what the climate change is actually doing to the environment and the effect of global warming as well. So those are some of the stuff that we learned today. What is climate change? Okay, climate change is the gradual or the significant changes which occur in the climatic systems of a specific area, or let's say the climatic changes or certain significant changes which take place around a specific area, and the effect it has on the environment.
What are some of these effects?
Okay, so some climatic changes that occur are increase in temperature or decrease in temperature. The increase in temperature can cause a lot of things to happen. Like some plants can change their blooming season. The increase and decrease in temperature can also affect how plants grow. It can change a lot of things we have in our environment as well, and also cause negative and positive things to the plants and things we have around us.
What are some of the causes of climate change?
Causes of climate change, the burning of fossil fuels, the improper disposal of bio-waste, and how we bury our animals. Most of the times we don't bury our animals properly, and even the small things that happen around, and to the bigger stuff such as burning of fuel, operating of machines, heavy machinery. All these things are stuff that causes climate change. My name is Kekeli Kwadam, and I'm an automobile engineering student at Prampram Technical Institute. Thank you.
The connection or the nexus or the linkages between climate change and the course you are studying, between climate change and how it affects you. Okay? Now listen. Let's have you as a vocational student. Kaleni Ketu. What are you studying? Electricals, perfect. You are studying fashion. Okay? We can only supply you 50. So like, hey, 50 bucks. No. You don't have to supply the hotel, I have to do this. Then the farmer says, Madam, it can't be fault. It's not my fault. Because the rains are not coming. The ground is dry. I can't supply you this rice. Somebody to go help from the north. Say, Madam, you can't get the millet though. The millet you want 20 bucks. I can only get you 10 bucks. because climate change is preventing the rain to come when it's supposed to come. The farmer in the north cannot give them the minute. And because it is also not raining as much, he's not getting the rice. And that goes on, maybe the animals, and the fisherman will come and, hey, madam, you want salmon?
Oh, okay. I'm Abednego Teji Majo, and over here I teach I teach entrepreneurship skills training, but I'm actually an environmentalist. I have a degree in environment and resource management. Looking at where we have reached as a country and the world at large, a lot of human activities that are impacting negatively the atmosphere, and for that matter bringing about global warming, and by extension leading to climate change. It brings about a lot of ills of society. As we've been told, it brings about sicknesses, it brings about some deprivations and a whole lot. The poverty and other things we are enjoying today are all a product of climate change. And as Africans, we should be worried because we are the most deprived continent. And to be part of this global warming or having the effect of global warming on us is a lot of things we should be concerned about. I'm Abednego Teji Majo. I'm a teacher. I teach entrepreneurship skills training.
As much food as we want to consume. Is that okay? And that is the introduction of a new technology called GMO, where we can produce food using any other method apart from even planting. Today, the Israelites have brought a technology. Is that okay? When you go to the Irrigation Center, where they are using that to produce tomatoes, cucumber, vegetables, greenhouse farming. Why is there a greenhouse farming? It is because of what? Climate change. And we are saying that the climate change is what caused by human activities. Prior to what? The 1800s, it was by what? Natural activities. But after the 1800s, our activities, we all want to drive car. Is that not it? So we are all burning what? Fuel. Somebody wants to put up a factory. We are burning what? Fossil fuel. Is that okay? I want to build a house. I am cutting trees. Is that okay? In fact, if that is small, all our space will be what? Concreted. And that is why there is also what? Flagging. Because there is no enough space. When you build, you want to fence it. You want to concrete it in your house. So when it rains, the water stays. There is no small area, normal soil for the water to get there to what? Absorb into the soil.
I'm Reverend Comfortete, the Vice Principal of Prampram Technical Institute. In fact, climate change is a nationwide problem that we all facing. But then we are very grateful that you took it upon yourself, the Assembly and then the DCE for Ningo Prampram for coming to educate us. We are very grateful, but we pray that our students will be able to also sell same information to their parents and also our brothers and sisters in the community as we find ourselves. So climate change, it's affecting all of us. We also educating that our people in the community will be able to manage their waste very well, and that of the sewage also. We realize that most often, normally in June to July, the government have put it upon himself to stop people from going to the sea in order to make some checks. All is because of the climate change. It's affecting the sea too. So we pray that together we are able to make a change in our community and the nation, Ghana as a whole. Reverend Comfortete, Prampram Vice Principal, Prampram Technical Institute.
So all of us here doing our little things to help. But if we are doing our little things to help, and the bigger guy out there, the bigger people with bigger money are not following the same examples they are trying to set for us, they are not doing the things they are telling us to do, they are not changing things up there. Mind you, fun fact, the amount of fuel and commercial plane uses for an hour is the equivalent of leaving your engine running for about 24 hours. Most people don't know that. So if things like this are not checked, are not put in check, if we are not telling people that they are supposed to, you can go to somebody's house, they have 4 to 5 vehicles. They have a lot of things. One person traveling from one place to another is using enough fuel that can take 10 people or 20 people in a bus. And we are not addressing all these issues. So my question to you is that what are we doing about the fossil fuel industry? And what are we doing to stop this thing? Because if those things are not stopped, the problems we are facing will continue to grow.
You know what? When I was a TVET student, we do have research. And some of our documents, we have some, we call it automobile Bible. You have the locomotive, the ship engines, the planes. We do research. But what I'm trying to put up is that people have learned on these subjects. The auto Bible, the mechanics system, people have learned on it. And the electrical system, people have learned on it. And even when you come to vocation, we are still learning and we are improving on it. So if we have a government who is trying to encourage and create